Donald Trump, just a few days ago, encouraged people to get vaccinated. We showed you that video on the show yesterday. He was almost immediately booed. So you will be shocked to find out that the reception overall has not been that positive. So I want to start with those who are closest to him, at least ideologically, even though he would never get within 100 yards of them. That would be his base. So we have some video from, is it Donnie O'Sullivan, Sophie? Sophie's a big stand for Donnie O'Sullivan of CNN. He went to the rally and he spoke to some of the supporters of Donald Trump. And here's what they had to say about the vaccine.
Not getting that vaccine. No. Them vaccines are not good, huh?
Are you vaccinated?
No, but I have a lot of hydrochloroquine and zinc at my house.
So have you got your vaccine shot?
Nope, don't want it.
No? Why?
They ain't tested it enough, from my opinion.
Yeah. The Pfizer shot is about to get full FDA approval. Would that change your opinion on it at all?
Not until they do a whole lot more investigating in on it.
Yeah.
Nothing's going in me until then.
Right. Do you think that would take a long time?
About 10 years or so.
Trump got the vaccine though.
Yeah, they keep saying that. I don't know that. I mean, I'm not fully convinced of that.
You don't think Trump got it, huh?
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
I really don't. It is this time where God is separating the sheep from the goats.
What are you?
I am I'm a goat because I ain't a sheep. I'm not doing what they tell me to do.
Bridget, are you a goat? Are you a sheep? How does this break down for all of us? What am I? I don't want them to say because I'm sure it'd be derogatory. But
I mean, it's kind of funny that these are some of the same folks who are actively taking livestock medication. So it's kind of funny to say like I'm not a sheep, but
I know. I'm more of a pony. So the medicine's a little bit closer to my genetic makeup. I don't know some of the points. And look, I understand. If you are going to a Trump rally, you are the core of the base. Fully understand that. Those people are not gonna take it. It is still frustrating, of course, to hear things like, I don't believe he took the vaccine when he's telling you. She said, they say he's taken the vaccine. No, he said it, not they. You trust him and he said he took it. They don't believe it. Or that they haven't done enough testing, but they'll take the zinc and the hydroxychloroquine and the ivermectin and stuff like that, which doesn't even have the emergency authorization, the treatment, and everything. So yeah, some of the talking points remain pretty frustrating. And look, I understand it might seem as if we're making fun of them, and maybe in some ways we are, but I feel for those people. I don't want people who go to this rally to end up dying. I want them to be safe, and we're trying to reach them. It's just very difficult, Bridget.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the fact that one of his big supporters is like, I don't think he got vaccinated. I don't know that. I think when you have someone who is a liar and a demagogue like Trump, it doesn't surprise me that this person cannot trust what he says because he lies. And this is what happens when you let this kind of, political demagoguery and lies into the bloodstream. People don't know what to believe. People don't know what to trust. People don't know how to feel or what's real and what's not. And this is why these kinds of lies that Trump traffics in are so dangerous. And these people, it's easy to be frustrated at them, and I am as well. But like, they have been really dangerously misled.
Yeah, they have. And that's the biggest thing. It's that it's the people they trust, the people they support that are leading them astray. And I have an example of that. An example of someone in the media, kind of, who has a great reputation, I'm told, by Donald Trump, regrettably. We are going to be temporarily breaking our ban of playing videos of this person because I think understanding the line in a political movement is important. What line will they not cross for you? Donald Trump is at least sort of implying that you should get vaccinated. Come with me to the vaccine, and they are not taking it. And so here is Alex Jones's response to what Donald Trump said.
We got to take him to the woodshed, though, because he came out last week on Fox and Friends and said, I really am suspicious of this booster shot. If this supposedly works so well, why do I need a booster shot? Because you got lied to, Trump. It didn't have 98% efficacy. We knew day one it wouldn't work, period. It's a fraud. It'll create mutants. You got chumped. You got signed on to a fraud to restart the economy. I understand why you did it. You believe in science. Except these are bad actors, sir. You believed America could produce a good vaccine. Of course they could have. They didn't want to. They didn't create a vaccine. They created a Frankenstein. CNN snaps their fingers. Jeff Zucker snaps his fingers and Trump clicks his heels and hops up there at attention and says, how high do you want me to jump, boss? On you, Trump. Seriously. Hey, if you don't have the good sense to save yourself and your political career, that's okay. At least you're going to get some good Republicans elected. And, we like you. But my God, maybe you're not that bright. Maybe Trump's actually a dumbass.
So look, he's crazy. I know, I've looked into his eyes. It is a swirling vortex of insanity, but he's been a big supporter of Donald Trump. He just called him a dumbass. He said, shame on you. And all it was him saying, here's a vaccine I developed or whatever, give me credit. It's a Trump vaccine. I want you to take it so you don't die. That's the thing that they won't turn on. That's the thing that finally made them question his intelligence.
Yeah, it's a death cult. These people are so committed to these lies that they've been peddling. And I guess I go back and forth of whether or not I think that Alex Jones truly believes the nonsense that he peddles. But this is what it is. There is no line. I guess this is the line. Trump gently saying maybe people should get vaccinated. It's not like he, went hard for vaccines, just gently saying like, I got vaccinated, maybe you all should too. That is enough for somebody like Alex Jones to completely turn on Trump. It's really something.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he wasn't ordering them. He wasn't saying like, I want you to take off your red hat if you don't get vaccinated. He wasn't doing anything like that. It was so middling, his endorsement of it. Now look, if you're watching that and you're frustrated, you don't care about what Alex Jones thinks, good, you're still a sane human. But there is a point to this, and it's really that we have these two different groups. You have the core, who not only there's not anything coming down the pike that's gonna convince them. The authorization isn't gonna convince them. Donald Trump's personal endorsement isn't gonna convince them. Even at a rally, him saying it isn't gonna convince them. However, that does not mean that all of this is pointless. There's no point in talking about, there's no point in trying to convince people. I get messages from viewers all the time that say that they've finally gotten through to a family member and they're gonna get vaccinated. And overall, I want to now contrast the country's arc with those crazies. So what is actually happening with vaccinations? Well, not nearly enough, but if we look at how quickly shots are going into arms, providers are now administering about 854,000 doses per day on average over the past week or so, which is a significant 75% decrease from the peak of 3.838 million back on April 13th. But if we could bring up this graphic, you'll see that it is trending up over the past month or so. Not nearly, no, if we can go back to the previous one, you're gonna see the trend on a daily basis. Not nearly enough, it is still too slow, but it has gone up a couple of 100,000 doses per day. And as I always say, I have no idea what is leading to that. If it's the news media focusing on it, if it's Fauci getting out there, if it's the authorization, or if it's just, oh God, people all around me are getting COVID, I should take this seriously. But it is going up, and to whatever extent we can make that stronger, that is important. That will save lives. What are your thoughts, Bridget?
I think you're exactly right. I think it's really, in my community, it's been talking to my loved ones and talking to people who have questions. I want to be clear. I think that we've got two groups we're talking about. People who are never gonna get vaccinated no matter what, okay, fine. Then you have people who have questions, are hesitant. And I think that we've been doing a lot of good work, really working on that second group. I know that in my family, in my community, I have a lot of folks who, aren't anti-vaccine. They've got some questions. And so I think that the reason why we're seeing this trend upward slowly, but it's still going in the right direction, is people doing a lot of that work in their communities, answering questions, offering to give somebody a ride to a clinic to get vaccinated. All of that stuff, like if you're somebody in your community who's been doing that, keep it up, because I do think it's really making a good difference.
I think it is, and we should hope that everybody gets vaccinated, but we can start with the people around us, the people we maybe have the best chance for, the people we have the closest attachment to. I think that is a great idea. By the way, just briefly, can we go to this second chart? This is gonna break down the rise in the individual manufacturers. Man, that bad news killed J&J, like we thought that it would. it has been just trending down and down and down. Initially, it shot up because, hey, one shot and you get a whole bunch of protection, but it just hasn't recovered. Moderna's up a little bit. It seems to be mostly Pfizer, and that's probably gonna become even stronger now that that has actually received the full approval. But it is depressing that they developed this one-shot vaccine, and man, has a product ever been killed as quick as that, unfortunately?
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.